Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakodash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us the truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word and truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, to the Akwaf that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, the 144,000 and 1/3, the hopeful elect of Israel, on the brother Yahshua. And we're going to go into witchcraft and how witchcraft is real right now. And this is one of the last powers, right, that this devil that is available to this devil and is dwindling. The power of witchcraft is dwindling as Esau's world comes to an end, right? He's reverting back to that caveman status, like what happened in that Planet of the Apes battle for the Planet of the Apes with Woody Harrelson. Okay, so anyway, but let's see. Let's get Stan now. Because here's what they're going to do. And the Most High is mocking them. Okay? And I'm talking about you devils, the so-called white man, the Edomite. All right? The devil that the Bible speaks of. The Most High is taunting this devil, right? Esau, the Edomites, because their spiritual power is on the left-hand side. You got right-handed spiritual power, you got left-handed. All controlled by the Most High, right? But that's balance, all right? Let's see. Yeah, let's start here. Isaiah 47:12, stand now with thine enchantments and the multitude of thy sources. This is all witchcraft they're talking about. Wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. This is all you got, right? This is all you've been doing from the beginning. If so, thou shalt be able to profit. If so, thou mayest prevail. All right? Perhaps you will cause terror. Let's read the NIV. Isaiah 47:12 NIV. Keep on, then, with your magic spells and your many sorceries which you have labored at since childhood. Okay? Now use your magical charms. Use the spells you have worked at all these years. Maybe they will do you some good. Stand fast in your enchantments. Take your stand, your last stand, with your spells and your many sorceries. Okay? Enchantments, spells. What are we talking about? We're talking about witchcraft, which is spiritual power on the left-hand side, and it's real, and we're going to see. We're just going to get a little glimpse at how this thing works, because very seldom do you see it, out front like this and be able to see that it's actually working, all right? That it's real. Let's see. Spells, enchantments. Arise now with your magicians. Okay? Magic powers. What is magic power? Okay, magic powers, right? Unless given to you on the right, which hasn't really happened yet, except for Simeon Toko, right? It's left-handed spiritual what? Power. Keep using your magic powers. So let's take a look at that. First, let's get Samuel. 1 Samuel 28:8. And Saul disguised himself and put on other raiment and went. And he went, and the two men with him, and they came to the woman by night. And he said, I pray thee, divine unto me by the familiar spirit, and bring me him up, whom I shall name unto thee. So Saul went to the witch, to the medium, right? And wanted to speak, wanted her to raise up a spirit so he could have a conversation. All right? But who did he go to? He went to a witch who was dealing with left-handed magic. It says, consult a spirit for me. and bring up for me the one I name, that spirit. Okay. I have to talk to a man who has died. What is that? Okay. Divine for me a spirit and bring up for me whomever I shall name unto you. Consult a spirit. Divine unto me by the familiar spirit. Familiar spirits. Please conduct a seance for me. Okay. Talk to the dead. Conjure. What does a witch do? Conjure up for me, please. Consult the spirit. Conjure divine. Let's see. Yeah, you get the point, right? Well, please consult with a dead person for me. Right? Look at that. I pray thee by a ghost and bring. That's crazy. All right. So this is what these devils do. This is their power. Use. Look at this. Now this goes straight into what we're going to look at is a witch dealing with the P.Ditty case. Okay. So when you use this, use your ritual pit. What is a ritual? What's that? That's what P.Ditty's doing. Draw a pentagram, nigga. Use your ritual pit to conjure up for me the one I tell you. Salakia. All right, so you get the point. So this lady is Sloan Bella, psychic medium. See, this shit's real. 2,000 years ago, when we're reading the Bible or more, same thing was going on. All right, what was then is what is now. Okay. Sloan Bella predicted the exact date that Diddy was going to be allegedly exposed. Now, when you hear this lady talk, she's telling you she's dealing with, or some spirit is telling her all this information, and then the information is dead on point. Okay? And this lesson is just to show you in real time. See, when you read this shit, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what witches used to do back in the day, you know. They had a cauldron and they had the eye of newt, and they're sitting there working up a witch's brew, right? That's what you think of. Psychic medium, familiar spirit. No, this is it right now today. All right, so bring this back and let's just go. Listen to the language and the conversation that she's speaking, and you can tell that this is real. All right, check it out.
I'm looking at the silver tin, and I'm looking at it, and it's
right now they're talking about Kim Porter, how she died, you know, and whatever conversation she's having, she's consulting with some spirit telling her what actually happened to this one. But when you get into the exact date that this nigga came up on charges or whatever, it's so on point that you have to give all of this, you know, a valid chance. You don't have to, but if you have eyes to see, you can see that this is actually real.
And she's putting something in her mouth, and she's looking at her hands. So I don't know if this was like a mint that left color on your hands, or if this was like some kind of chocolate in a tin can. I can't see any writing on the side, but I do see wrapping, like
he poisoned her.
Shrink wrapping. And she's showing me a shrink wrapping machine. So like how you make, I guess, gifts for gift sales or whatever people do. She's showing me this machine because I'm asking her, how did they get to the tin? So what she's showing me is that, and what I'm being shown, I don't believe by her, because I'm pretty sure she doesn't understand what this is, because I don't get what this is, and I feel like she doesn't know what this is. She's addressing the tin can as if that's the culprit of why she died. But what I'm being shown is 3 months prior to her passing, I'm getting a huge amount of head congestion with her, allergies, sniffles, pet allergies, nasal issues, and she has nasal spray. When
you got to remember what happened to this guy, Eazy-E, right? They slipped him something, right? Pinprick, whatever they did to him, they got him, and It took a while, right? A time lapse thing. They could put some shit on you that'll take so that they can't be caught.
When I see the nasal spray on the week before she died, I see it like a magnet. So a magnet with a red end and the magnet part, the gray at the end. And you know, if you do pencil shavings with a magnet and you hold it up, the pencil shavings stick to it like that. She inhaled this up her nose. Pencil shavings. And I don't know what is in pencil shavings exactly. I don't even know what.
It sounds like graphene oxide, doesn't it? Doesn't it? You know what graphite is? That goes into pencil. When skateboards didn't have what they call precision bearings or encased bearings, they used to have the little ball bearings and you could see them. And you would buy some shit called graphite and you put it in your skateboard wheels to make it smoother, right? Like lubricant, but it was dry. And it was graphite is what they call it. You get a little bottle of graphite, you squirt it in. It was the same as you could do the same thing with pencil lead, right? It's the same thing. Going into what? Graphene oxide. That's what that sounds like. I'm just throwing that in. I don't know, but that's what it sounds like.
Is anymore. But whatever those little particles of toxic metal are what was in the nose spray. It's kind of what I'm feeling. Can I prove it? No. But I'm feeling this. This is the energy I'm feeling. So some sort of metals or toxic metal in the nasal spray. And I'm feeling that this was unknown to her. So I get up, I use the nasal spray, I walk around, I don't feel off down stuff. So who knows where she got it. But then I'm feeling the nose spray. And I'm getting like a blinding pain behind my eye here on the day that she passed. Blinding pain. So I think she may have had some sort of headache prior to passing out. And I also feel like she got up just before she passed away.
Diddy is the master of slipping a Mickey. Okay, remember that. Remember this nigga was slipping roofies and Spanish. This nigga was slipping Spanish fly. Okay, it is funny, right? Spanish fly is funny because that shit goes back to your childhood. But this nigga was a purveyor of it. So how easy would it be to slip Kim something, right? Sure, he done slipped her something in her drink on several occasions.
She passed away so suddenly, thud, and I'm out. Okay, so she fell down and passed out of her body. Different than if somebody's in bed and they fall asleep and they just step out of their body that way. This was, she hit the ground and was out of her body. And I feel like she went to check on her nose. I see her looking at her nose. So I do feel she got up to check on the condition of her nose. I don't know if it was itchy. I don't know what. I have pain in the left side of my head. So I feel she passed really rather suddenly. And then I'm going back to the tin can and I'm going to the house that she's in. And this is why I think it's a bit of a transitory house, meaning I'm not sure how often she's there. But what I am seeing is that I can watch everything about her in this house. Now, most of us have cameras in our house. That's not a particularly psychic thing to say. I myself have a bunch of cameras in my house and around my house. However, there is somebody else that has cameras in her house that she is unaware of. She is unaware, and they were put in her house while she stepped to the side and wasn't in her house. So the cameras were put there without her being able to view it on her own cameras when she wasn't home. And it was done so in such a way that it looked like somebody was making repairs. Okay, so nobody in the neighborhood's like, hey, who's that guy hanging off the second story window? Not like that. This was done all behind the scenes, all low grade. And there's, okay, so, sorry, her energy makes me laugh because she's so mistrtrouble. Now her hands are down here on her hips. Anyway,
you see how she's cavorting? She's communicating with a spirit. And you cannot believe, let me see. We just might listen to the whole thing. Because she ain't said nothing about the exact date. This isn't the one that I saw earlier. This is about Kim. But the way she was breaking down when this nigga was, how he was gonna, and then she went on to say that Jay-Z is next in line. Okay, so when we see that, and she's explaining, now, could she be, she's in the Illuminati and they gave her the information, and well, that could be too, but guess what? Not these details. These details she's bringing out, I believe they're going to exhume her body if they haven't already. Behind this. And then if it adds up, then what? They set up the exhumation. I don't know how you say that. That was part of the plan now. This is happening in real time because she's actually dialing a spirit. Witch dial a spirit.
Because there are other people, this is what I'm understanding. There are other people in her personal friend circle, not just who people think orchestrated this, the baby's daddy, but other people that betrayed her. So I can't trust anybody. I can't trust anybody. She can see, but when she was alive, she couldn't trust anybody because somebody betrayed her with the cameras in her house. And that tin can has something to do with it. I cannot see what it holds. You know what I think it holds? This is a weird thing to say. I think it's an old school tin can. I'm seeing something orange on the cover. So I think it's like old school cough medicine or cough throat drop.
Secrets.
Like old school. Like.
Salaki. A little interesting. I'm going to go ahead and let it play. So.
Like powdered something in them. Powder on them. It looks almost like a candy your grandmother would have. I should say my grandmother would have had. Looks like a candy, but it's for your throat. Old school in the tin. And there's something to do with that because she's looking at her hands. It took me a while to get there, but she's looking at her hands. And I don't know if it's because she picked up something. They can do whatever they want. Now, part of this is blocked from her, and there are other people with her on the other side that this has happened to as well. People she doesn't know, but that are in that same circle of people. At the tell-all book about her partner, baby daddy. P.Ditty. Did I say that right? P.Ditty. P.Ditty. I'm sorry, I'm just fucking saying it. I don't know why. Anyway, she had 3 manuscripts and she gave them to 3 separate people. Somebody you wouldn't even suspect. Somebody outside of her friend group. Somebody entirely different. She had a very close-knit circle of friends and a particular type of friends. So she hung around particular people. She was very specific in her choice of people that she allowed in her circle. Okay, very, very, very controlled about that. However, somebody from outside that circle has one of, quote, the books or manuscripts or written documentation. So they don't have it all. And she's kind of laughing because she suspected that this would happen, but it blew her mind when it happened. When she passed away at 47, her mind blown, okay? She always thought it, but never really thought it. And that's the Neptune in her chart. I can verbalize this to you that someone is going to do this to me or this is going to happen to me, but it doesn't really register inside of me that this is really going to happen to me. That's how I feel she felt. Like approval or attention, even though she acts the opposite. And Kim is afraid that that information will get out kind of sideways. Not that her husband is a threat, but he is still friends with her former baby daddy, P.Ditty. He's still friends. The husband is still friends with him. So Kim is afraid that this man will speak when his wife spoke to him. So she's trying to encourage her not to do that. Now here's another aspect of this. This is so like crazy. I am being shown November of 2023. So her death date was November 15th of 2018. But I'm being shown November of 2023. I don't think we're done with this. I feel she's shaking her head yes. Before she stare at me, then she wait, and now she's shaking her head yes. I am being shown that things are being prepared. She is showing me a trumpet. People are standing straight up. And there are people going to speak, not just about what happened to her, about other things. Something is unraveling. For some reason, she's showing me like Was one of her kids, I wonder, in band? Because she's showing me like trumpet marching band type music, which is weird because I don't think that that's her favorite. But I'm being shown that somebody is leading the march, leading the way. There, that's what it is. Somebody is leading the march, leading the way to uncover this information, and I'm getting 5 months.
Cassie.
So I feel, I feel. Sorry, I keep laughing because she's like, out with it, out with it. Toxic metal exposure. I'm
Crazy. This isn't exactly. I wanna show more because they didn't actually touch on Diddy as much as they did Kim, but that was cool too because this nigga's involved, right, in all manner of skullduggery. This nigga got bodies, and the bodies are coming back and saying, hey, go look at this nigga, go exhume my body, and look for what I'm telling you happened. That's crazy. So back to this. All right, 1 Samuel 28:8. Then he went to the woman's home at night, accompanied by 2 of his men. I have to talk to a man who has died. Isn't that what she's doing? Talking to her. All right. So Esau in his last throes, right? Stand now. We're standing now. Okay. Uh, let's go here. Not there. Let's go here. Let's go to where Jake might be able to understand. What was it? 12. Okay, so let's go to 12. Let's read 11 again. So, no, read 12 and then go on. Now use your magical charms. Use the spells you have worked at all these years. Maybe they will do you some good. Maybe you can make someone afraid of you. All the advice you receive has made you tired. Where are all your astrologers? What does this mean? All the advice you have received. That means you're consulting these spirits, right? That takes energy to do that, right? Where are all your astrologers, those stargazers who make predictions each month? Isn't this who this is right here? Isn't that who that is? Of course it is. Let them stand up and save you from what the future holds. Okay? Let's see. All the counsel you have received has only worn you out as cavorting with demons, basically. Right? That's why you got to go get that adrenochrome because you look haggard. You're trying to make yourself look good again. Let's see. Let's see. Divide the heavens, who gaze at the stars, who at the new moons make known what shall come upon you. That's what she's doing. Okay? So, let me see. That's pretty much it. Daniel 2:2. So the king gave orders to summon the musicians, enchanters, sorcerers, and astrologers to explain his dreams. Okay? When they came and stood before the king. So these people exist: magicians, enchanters, sorcerers, and astrologers. And there's one. All right. So as we come closer to the end, Stan now goes into right before they're destroyed. Okay. let's see. Here's stand now. Okay, stand now, right? What comes before stand now? But disaster will come upon you. You will not know how to charm it away. Right? A calamity will befall you that you will be unable to ward off. Devastation will happen to you suddenly and unexpectedly. So take your stand with your spirit. So use what you got. I'm coming after you, Babylon. So use what you got and see if that is going to get you out of this. All right? And that doesn't directly tie. See, this is worldly shit, right? But what they're doing, what Esau at the top is doing, see, this is some low-level entertainment shit. Esau at the top, their mediums, those Chaldeans, they're consulting the spirits to say, well, how do we get these prophets off the street? How do we shut them down? That's what they're doing, right? They say, how do we stop these niggas from exposing us? Like she's exposing this nigga right here. And they're on the same team. So this is a little weird. Because this is a devil and this is a devil. And they are on the same team. So she might have been put up to this. Or whatever. But in real time, we're seeing, what are we seeing? We're seeing this. All right, so I just wanted to show that, and that this is what we're dealing with, right? And it's real, right? That kind can only come out, right? Prayer and fasting, right? How about that? Let's see, through. I don't know if this is going to give me one. Albeit, let's go one up. 21, 17, 21. Let's see. Let's lock it. Bear with me. This is Matthew 17 and 19. Then came the disciples to Yahushua apart and said, why could not we cast him out, that demon? And Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Howbeit this kind of what? Demon. Yahushua heals a boy with a demon. How come we couldn't get him out? Because you got to get your faith right. Right? You got to work on your faith, the level of faith. If ye have faith, see it? Why not? Because you got to get your faith right. Okay? Howbeit this kind, what kind? Super demon. Okay? And that's what we're going to be dealing with. See, this here is an elevated demon. She's dangerous. Okay? All these devils, they're dangerous. And you have to have the Spirit of the Lord on you to overcome. Say, well, who sent you? What are you doing here? That's who they're afraid of. They're afraid of them that have the thawah. Because them demons, they know and tremble. All right? See if I can find it. And I know I'm kind of just running on at this point. I have to get this off the phone. Oh, damn, where is the phone? Was it demons know and tremble? Let's see. Where am I? Even the demons believe. Okay, James 2 and 19. Thou believest that there is one power, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. Okay. They know the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. They know who, right? And this talk about Esau. Don't get it wrong. But a demon, no. If a demon is on a damn Edomite and they see, the demon sees a man of the Lord with a thawah, the demon's like this, oh no, can't fuck with him. Right? Because they understand. They know. The devils believe. This is talking about Esau, but there's a demon controlling Esau is the physical counterpart, right? So they have a symbiotic relationship. It's easy for a demon to jump on a demon, right? An Edomite. Edomite is born a demon, right? Because they have a symbiotic relationship with the left. So anyway, I just wanted to show you these devils, right? They're gearing up. And they got their power. They already got their spiritual power. We got to get ours. So with that, we hope that the elect will edify you, brothers and sisters. Shalom.